Welcome. Today I will be paraphrasing, summarizing, and sharing for the August 10th Al-Anon readings, Encourage to Change, and a little time for myself. We'll begin with the Serenity Prayer and 3 mindful breaths. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. I'll take a moment and look this over. The question is, in what ways do I ask for help? And this person recalls driving by a bunch of emergency vehicles on a bridge and seeing that a man was standing on the outside of the protective fencing, looking down at the cars below. And as this person drove by, they said a prayer for that man. And felt connected because they felt like that person was calling out for help, and they said that they had done the same in different ways. And then they go on to say that the tools that we use in Al-Anon are a lifeline. All we have to do is choose to use them. Today's reminder, we always have options. We can attend a meeting, read conference-approved literature, talk to our sponsor, call an Al-Anon friend, and communicate with our higher power. The quote is from Courage to Change. We always have help, comfort, and support available to us. So, in what ways do I ask for help? It's funny because when I was reading this, I was thinking about when I think, who knows how this person was feeling, but similar. I'm guessing that there were some similarities because there was a time in my life that I was really trying to figure out how I could just stop the misery without causing other people more misery, without causing a mess, and so on. I did it very quietly. Nobody knew except my doctor when I reached out for help because I didn't know where else to go. I didn't know there was an Al-Anon. And so years later, when I started talking about it, people were shocked because they had no idea how I was feeling. And it's so interesting because the people closest to me, were a little baffled, but also a tiny bit, a little unhappy that I hadn't reached out. And I tried, whenever it happens, I try not to talk about it that much. Of course, I'm talking about it now because this is bringing it up for me. But I can't describe it, but I couldn't talk about it. I don't know. I don't know how else to describe it, except that I did get the idea. I believe it was from my higher power. because it was really, really bad only one night. I was up all night and I was trying to think of ways because I had just had it. And the next morning I went directly to my doctor's office. And I didn't even have an appointment. I was supposed to be at work. I went into the office and I said, actually, I called and from my car and I said, I'm on my way. I'm just going to sit in the waiting room until the doctor can see me. And I just said, I'm in a really bad way and I just need help. And really, that was quite miraculous that I did that. I think I did that because, like I said, my higher power was helping me. I was just so frustrated because I couldn't think of a way to do it without making things worse for other people, and I didn't want to do that. Oh my gosh, it's a pretty good thing that I figured it out. When I think of all the wonderful things that I've done since then, I wouldn't have gotten that opportunity, and that is something to be very grateful for. So now, luckily, I can ask for help through my sponsor, my very special Al-Anon friends. I have friends outside of Al-Anon too, and I have, of course, my partner, but my partner, friends outside of Al-Anon, I love them. It's not that one is better than the other by any means, but there's something very special about people who have experienced Al-Anon. It's like we live by a set of unwritten rules that are just full of love and respect and acceptance. And to me, that is absolutely priceless. And I'm just so grateful for it. That's all. I don't know what else to say. So, but I am getting emotional. So, because I really truly mean it. Take a moment and look this over. Okay. I think that this page, without looking at the index and figuring out like what the topic actually is, I think that this page is about getting to know ourselves, accepting ourselves, and just working our program. So, defects of character. This passage starts off with talking about how some people are very, very tidy because it gives them illusions of control, and some people are very, very messy because it's their way of isolating. Like if your house is really messy and you don't feel comfortable having people over, it's an easy way to just have peace and quiet because you don't have to worry about anybody ever coming over because your house is a disaster. So this person specifically realized that they were of the latter description, and when they realized that they grew up in a house like that and that they were actually doing the same thing that they had grown up with, they realized that in program. Today's reminder: we can think about hidden motives without condemning ourselves. If we have mental, spiritual, emotional, or physical clutter, we can heal from that without judging ourselves or others. How beautiful. I just love that so much. And the quote is from One Day at a Time in Al-Anon. Al-Anon helps us to see ourselves and our world more clearly. It's just really well written. I know I say that like practically every day. I just really truly believe it. And just the level of authenticity and the level of like just putting it out there is so precious to me. I really enjoy it, and it really helps me a lot. We'll close out with the serenity prayer and three mindful breaths. Here we go. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Sending you love. Take care.